It really is not a good place to film to get like a full body shot of me in this poor old house. Might try the bedroom tomorrow. This is day 2 of Mounjaro. Yesterday, I did way too much PT in the pool and got burnt. But yesterday, all I noticed was that as the day progressed, I got less hungry. I don't have what they call food noise anyway, because I don't really have a binge eating issue. What happened was I went from a very active bodybuilding, powerlifting lifestyle to sedentary, like, boom, because of an injury and surgeries that I had to go through. So I adjusted my eating after all the surgeries and lost weight, but I'm at that spot where I can't do enough to get more weight off, and it's just kind of like I need a help. So this is my help. So yesterday I did the shot. I still felt good. Actually, I had company. We had pool time. I did like an hour PT in the pool with my upper body and cleaning the pool and staying up and moving. And did a little extra in the evening. I cooked, did a little bit of hand sewing. My husband is a trapper tanner, taxidermist kind of dude, and I make fur pocketbooks and pelts because I like to sew, and he has extra pelts sometimes, and I'm like, hey, can I make something out of that? So that's what I do to stay busy now. If I'm needing to be seated a lot or take a chill day, I'll sew. So in the afternoon, I was kind of tired. I noticed I was kind of winding down more than normally. And so I sat and sewed on a canteen-shaped beaver purse. I know I'm weird. Just y'all that join in, I'm weird. I'm from Appalachia. I'm native. That's what we do. So I am, see how imposing I look with my shoulders? I wish the rest of me matched my shoulders and I used to be a big, scary woman. Now, people say, how are you feeling your second day on Mounjaro? Well, I can tell you that we're going to be stopping the blood pressure pill really soon because my blood pressure was too low this morning. So I actually had to lick some salts to get going today because I was like, woo, nope, too low. So I had to lick some salt. I had a dried fried egg one. And needed a little bit more of a bump because I had flushed so much water yesterday and today that my blood pressure was a little low. So I had one little fried egg, homegrown, fresh, raised from farm. And after that, I was still kind of hungry, and I had to lick some salt for my blood pressure. Ugh, that was nasty. And I had just a tiny bit of yogurt and a little bit of a protein drink, and I was full. And I stopped eating. So I just kind of sip on the protein drinks during the day as like I feel like I need a swig of something. I make sure that I get 3 meals, but then if I need a nibble, I'm not going to stop a nibble, but I'm trying to make sure I'm eating enough calories so that when I'm not on this Mounjaro, my body is used to this intake, and that I'm balancing it and learning to lose weight and getting some movement as I lose the weight to keep it off. I'm not really having any cons. My bowels are moving fine. I was terrified of this because people had such horror stories the first 3 days. Honestly, my blood pressure was a little low, which means I had a lot of water on me. And with RSD, absolutely, I understand. Yeah, I see my boobs move when I pop my muscles. I can do it independently, too. I had too much water on me. And I had no idea how much water I had on me until it started coming off of me. And oh, holy mother of God, I was peeing like a mare fixing to foal. And if y'all have worked on a horse farm, you know what that's like. So the bathroom has been my best buddy because I've had to pee every 5 seconds. But I am also putting in amino acids, electrolytes, and lots of water. And you need to go ahead and get liquid IV or electrolytes in a package form, something, because you're going to need that. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. You're going to need your electrolytes refurbished to put them back in because you're going to pee them out the first few days. Not having any really belly woes because I'm not overeating, and I did those few days before to kind of slow down and not eat a lot so my body would not crash into this medicine. So I've not had any belly cramps, troubles whatsoever. I can tell when I get full and I stop. And then an hour or two, if I'm like, okay, could eat another nibble of what I didn't finish, I'll eat another nibble of what I didn't finish. But then I stop when I feel full. my big thing is I eat the wrong times. So that was completely corrected yesterday. Husband came home from work and I was like, dude, I'm going back to bed. I'm sleepy. Did not eat anything after he came home from work. He had his snack and came to bed, and I didn't eat. It was fine. Blood pressure's low. I'm going to be coming off my blood pressure medicine very, very soon. My nurse is coming by today to check on me. Other than that, the only really con that I can tell you about this is when you eat, and I've not had any caffeine. I had 2 sips of caffeine this morning because my blood pressure was a little low, so I had 2 sips of my husband's Diet Mountain Dew just to kind of help me spike, but it didn't taste good to me. But I will say that even with just water and Gatorade and Liquid IV, I can belch like a frat boy at a kegger. Not that I've ever been to a kegger, but I mean, if all those movies are correct, that's what I sound like. It's very impressive, very scary, because I did not know that my tummy could do those things. But yeah, so I've had some gas. I've not had any heartburn. I've not had any constipation. Not had any abdominal pain. Nothing whatsoever like that. I'm just not really hungry. I didn't really have food noise before. I just needed help getting over this stopping point where my body just went, I'm done. But I'm learning more about the calories I need to space out through the day rather than eat at inappropriate times of the day. So I'm learning to maintain my body in a much healthier way. And we've been on like a Mediterranean calorie conscious diet for several months now. So that's not a big deal. I'm just eating smaller portions of that, because I'm going to have to do real food when I'm off of this. So I've got to learn how to do this with real food. And so I'm not making any huge expensive changes. I'm making small, affordable, accountable, responsible changes that can stay part of our life as we move forward from this. But those are the only 2 things that I'm noticing. And I feel, honestly, my legs feel like I've already lost 8 pounds of fluid. Now, I know I'm not, but my knees probably have got less water on them than they've had in 8 or 10 months. My friend gave me this top yesterday, and isn't it pretty? It's like a little lace cami. But I can feel the watershed. My lymphatic system, which has trouble sometimes because of the water, the RSD just sucks into your body. Best is felt in 3 months, 4 months. So I think maybe we're on, barring a huge incident on, at 72 or more hours in, we might be onto something that's going to work for me. I'm excited about this. I'm definitely going to have to watch the blood pressure. I'm going to have to, because I'm on just the tiniest dose. I don't think it's necessary at all anymore. Probably just keep it and watch. And if I get high, take one if I'm like every few days until I don't need it at all. But I have at-home nursing that checks on me, so I will be followed closely for that. I feel good. You get kind of sluggish sometimes because you're like, okay, I've reduced my intake, and this medicine is changing me, and you can feel your body making peace with it. But it's not anything to be scared of, and I was terrified of it. It's not anything to be scared of. It's not anything I can't handle. Well, I'm going to tell you what, if I log miles to the bathroom and back, I'm on about 5 or 10 for the last 2 days. I mean, seriously. It's just like I'm in the bathroom all the time. But I have excessive fluid because of my RSD. So you can see my arms have even come down a little bit. The fluid underneath has even come down a little bit. I'm telling y'all, I used to be a big mama jumbo. And, I don't want to be thin, but I would like to see my muscle definition again, and I would like to have better mobility, and I would like, when I walk through the door, for people to not feel sorry for me. Because what happened to me. I had a horrible work accident, and my legs got foobarred. But I'm still a person, and I'm still a remarkable person. I am still a wise person, and I'm still a useful person. And if I can get this weight off to where my mobility will extend, I will have more options for my life. Even though disability is in there, I might be able to maybe take on a small caseload again and work like tiny hours a week or something, or just be a sub at maybe a group counseling place or something, because that's where my heart is. So if I can get my health and mobility back, maybe I can do a little bit of that. I can't do a lot because I will push my body into flare with RSD, and I can't over stress it. But you got to learn to balance happiness with work, and I'm willing to go through some negative consequences, some bad days, to have some really awesome days where I still feel like I'm changing people's lives for the better. So this is me going through hard days to change my life for the better, in hopes that I can get back to changing other people's lives for the better. So day 2, you can tell by my arms, a whole lot of fluid gone, and I'm hoping real soon. I tell you what, if I just had, I say if my lower body just matched my upper body, I'd be good. If I just had 30 more pounds off, the mobility would be increased so much. So, and I'm amazed to know how much water weight I've lost. So I might sneak in mid next week and do a 1-week check-in and see how much fluid came off me the first week, because I'm amazed at how I feel today without lugging around water knots under my legs and knees and ankles, my cankles, my feet. Oh, and my foot pain is way down today. Way down. Now, I will say that I had some leg cramps last night, but I have those anyway with RSD, so I couldn't tell if it was like electrolytes or RSD related. I drank Gatorade, and they went away. Now I laid down. So I don't know which it was. It comes with either, so I'm going to have leg cramps anyway, so I didn't really it wasn't a big deal to me. I deal with it all the time. But just know that that's a possibility, and that means your electrolytes need to be bumped. And so that's normally my response, even with RSD, when I have leg cramps, is bump my electrolytes, because if you don't have enough water in your body will hold more water, and I have retention issues anyway. So I'm learning a lot more about my body. I'm learning that possibly I wasn't eating enough, actually. Not enough calories, but not enough calories in the right way. And that's why I don't have the food noise. And so I'm not struggling with food noise at all. I completely, I was 9 o'clock and I was like, oh shoot, I better make my husband dinner for tomorrow, because I cook it at night because he has a second shift. And I'm on a weird swing schedule with him after so many years of this. And I was like, oh, I better cook. Because I'd ate my dinner earlier and I completely was not hungry. And I didn't think anybody else on the earth was hungry either. So I cooked, and I've been a little sluggish at times, but I think that's been my blood pressure, because now that I've got my blood pressure back up, I'm normal, animated, woohoo me, so that's not a problem. The leg pain and foot pain is reduced today. Of course, I was also in the pool a lot yesterday, so much that I'm burnt that I can't get in today, but I'm going to have to do my PT in the house today, but that's okay. But I'm about 36 hours in, 40 hours in, and I'm already learned so much about my body, and I already found out that my lymphatic system was not me struggling with autoimmune as much as it was struggling with excess fluid that was creating autoimmune issues. I think I might have been closer to pre-diabetic than either myself or my doctor wants to admit, and I think this may be something that is going to work for me. But I'm going to be staying on the small dose and doing a lot of the work myself. This is simply a tool. So, we're going to see how we do, and I'm impressed at this point right now. Give yourself a week or two to get used to how the medication makes you feel. Yeah, I know neurologically the chemical reconstructing is going to take 14 to 28 days to occur and to get to be a new normal for me. So I'm not saying, oh, today is how I'm going to feel for the next 2 years. No, today's how I'm going to feel today. And I'll wake up tomorrow and see how I'm going to feel tomorrow. So I'm taking the first 28 days every day independently. And that's a really wise thing to do, because I don't want to get stuck emotionally on day 2 or day 4 and think that day 364 is going to be like all of those. So I'm taking each day independently, which I think is one good thing about me, is I'm terribly optimistic, annoyingly so. But honestly, I felt terrified to take that first injection, and now I'm like, why? Because I'm seeing good things happen. So if you're scared, don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's not that bad. And if you have side effects, just call your doctor. Call the nurse. Report it. If you have the bad side effects, go get seen. But I believe this, for me, after my medical consultation and my medical history, was one of the best decisions I have ever made thus far. Now, we'll see what day 3 holds. Day 2, other than needing to lick salt this morning to get going, I mean, literally, if I had a cow salt lick in my kitchen, probably come in handy right now, because my blood pressure is too low this morning. But I am putting out the water like a broken spigot. And I'm okay with that because I have too much on me. And I see my knees for the first time in months. I see my ankles for the first time in months. I put on my sandals and they were floppy. So now I have an idea of how much water retention I have been dealing with. Yep. And I had salmon. I had salmon patties with spinach, sweet potatoes, bell peppers, and a little cheese sauce that you make out of sour cream or cream cheese, just a little bit, that you need a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat. And I got to split that up into 2 meals instead of one, so I already have my dinner made. And I'm not craving anything other than I'm watching my blood pressure, and I know every once in a while I need to lick a little bit of salt or drink an extra Gatorade to keep my electrolytes and my sodium up, because I'm flushing right now, and I'm okay with that. Day 2, almost done and doing well. Let's pray about day 3, get prepped for it. And we'll do another body shot tomorrow. That sounded really bad. But I really feel like I've already shed quite a bit of water, because I have on these big shorts today. But I already feel like I've shed quite a bit of water. And y'all, don't come at me for my taxidermy animals, because I am Cherokee mixed with everything else, and I'll come at you for telling me I can't do what I do in my own house. But I am Appalachia. We eat out of the woods. He was tasty. Bear steaks are actually really good, but I got him because a man defaulted on his taxidermy loan. And I have so many animals in this house, and I name them all, and I love them all. And I respect them because they fed my family and me. And I love the animals, and because I was raised going to powwows and stuff, I do everything I can with all the extras that I get from them. And my husband is a remarkable trapper and tanner. And so this is just my lifestyle. It is me. I'm a bumpkin, and I love being a bumpkin. So I may actually finish that beaver canteen purse, all except for the flap. Maybe I'll show that to you tomorrow if I get it done. But right now I'm going to take a nap because I did my PT, and I'll do it again this night tonight in the house. I hate doing it in the house, but I'm too burnt for the pool today. And I might sew some more tonight. And I'm going to take a nap because my nurse is coming later, and she wants to see me baseline. And I'm like, cool beans, that means nap. So taking my nap. My nurse sees this. I'm taking my nap. I've been ordered. And I will check in with you all again tomorrow.